So, as we're talking, we've got 3 things to do this chapter. We're going to do the 3rd one today. I put it over on the sideboard there. And our goal of this chapter is to learn how to solve a system of equations by graphing, by substitution, and the 3rd one in black down there in the middle is called elimination. And elimination, I believe, is the easiest method to do. It's the most convenient, and it lends itself to a very systematic, straightforward process. And so that's what I want to show you today. When we eliminate something, our goal is to combine the equations in such a way, adding, subtracting, or multiplying, that one variable drops out. Now these first 2 illustrations are very straightforward, as you're going to see. But our goal when we eliminate is to look at the 2 equations and say, how can we combine these 2 equations in such a way that one of the 2 variables drops out? So let's look at this first one. We have 6x minus 3a equals 3, negative 6x plus 5y equals 3. I'm going to look at these vertically, and I'm going to think to myself, if I add these 2 up vertically, draw a line underneath, positive 6x and negative 6x effectively just knocked out all the x's. So we eliminated the x's. That leaves us positive 2y equals 3 plus 3, which is 6. So you remember the substitution step where we solved for y and we plugged it in and then we worked it all out? We already got to that step right here. We've already eliminated the x's, and that's the nice thing about it. So we divide by 2, and just like that, we're halfway done with the problem. Y equals 3. So that's the first part. Now, just like we did the other day, we have to plug it back into one of the 2 equations to find the value of x. Which equation would you prefer to plug it in? The top one or the bottom? Grace, you say the top one. Can you give me a reason why? Okay, so I'm going to write down the top equation. 6x minus 3y equals 3. In place of that value of y, I'm going to put a parentheses. And I'm going to stick in my value from right there. 3. Now I just work it out. 6x minus 9 equals 3. Add 9. 6x equals 12. Divide by 6. X equals 2. I'll pause there for a second. Hopefully all of that was just pretty straightforward algebra. Now I have my x value and my y value. What equation did I use to get those? The first equation. So Abby, if I use the first equation to get them, I got to go to the other equation, like the pink and the 2 colors. Here's my first equation. What must I use to check them now? What's the other equation? Our second one. So I'm going to put a little number 2 up here. I'm going to recopy the second equation. Negative 6x plus 5y equals 3. And supposedly, I should be able to plug in my values of x and y. And it should check. Let's see if it does. X is 2, y is 3. And if this checks correctly, that's negative 12 plus 15 equals 3. Is that true or false? True? Right? 3 equals 3? So therefore, what does that tell us about the point 2 comma 3? What's that, Josh? Yeah, that's the correct points. Now remember, little review from last week. What is a system of equations? Just, very simply, 2 lines. And what is the solution to a system? Where the lines cross. In this case, do they cross? They do. Okay, they cross at the point 2, 3. So, we check it off. We know we got it right. Draw a line down. Here's our second one. Look at it vertically. If you add it up vertically, does anything drop out? The y's do. Okay, so let's look at this vertically. And let's think to ourselves, we can just add it up very nicely. 6x and 3x is 9x. The y's are gone. That's 63. Someone tell me, what is 63 divided by 9? Okay. And there's our answer. All right, Brett, you choose. Do you want to use the first equation or the second equation?
First one.
Okay. So I'm going to write it down. Can you walk me through it, Brett? Do you feel comfortable doing that? Go ahead.
You just plug in the 7 from 3x, so it's 3, 7, and then plus 4y equals 1.
Keep going. I'll try to write as fast as you talk.
And then you solve, so 21 plus 4y equals 9.
Keep going. You're doing great.
Subtract 21. So it should be 4y equals negative 12.
Good.
And then divide it by 4.
Okay. So there's Brett's second answer, negative 3. He used the first equation to solve it. So he's going to have to now back to use the second equation to check it. Remember, if we had gone back to use the first equation to check it, will we get the same answer again? Yeah. It's like asking Abby, what's your favorite color twice? Of course you're going to get the same answer. So let's go to the second equation. Copy it down. 6x minus 4y equals 54. And here we go. 6 times x, which is 7. 4 times y, which is negative 3, equals 54. I've kind of emphasized in the past parentheses. Here you can see the parentheses become very important because now you can see you have a negative 4 times a negative 3. So you got to pick up on that. What's that going to give us? Positive 12. All right. So I've got 42 plus 12. Does that equal 54? Okay, so we check it off and we write our answer. What is my answer? 7, negative 3. Do these lines cross? Yeah, that's where they cross.